What is up? Welcome to the Unofficial Tedeschi Trucks podcast. This is episode number, what is this, 234? I am Adam Choit. To follow this show at Tedeschi Trucks Podcast on Instagram. Please like, share, subscribe, do all those things. That's appreciated. Comment below after this. If you're not watching it live, we are on YouTube. I'll be putting out an audio version of this episode as well. So subscribe on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on. What else we got? Weedside, Woodside. That's Randy's spot. Of course, you know Randy, great Tedeschi Trucks band, friend of the show. Of course, check that place out. For all your THC CBD needs, all the links to everything is below in the episode description. Of course, what else we got? There's a Discord link to that. Patreon.com TTB podcast to support. Thank you, Kathleen, Stacy, Troy, Daniel, Bo. I appreciate it. Second two tiers portion of your subscription gets donated to the Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation, supporting music education. Definitely check them out. They're an awesome organization. I'm going to start posting more links for them because they do amazing stuff getting music instruments to kids all over the country in schools and providing resources. Kofi Day of Service, sign up for that. I have an episode. I have a link to that as well in the description. That is coming up. What is it? September 22nd. I think a lot of them are getting pretty close to full. So people have done pretty good, I think, doing pretty well in terms of getting volunteers and whatnot. But definitely check that out. Link to that, I think, is in the description as well. I think that's all I got. We got 4 shows to recap. We got to recap. What are we recapping? Indianapolis, St. Louis, Grand Rapids, and Cincinnati. In the suburbs of Indianapolis, but we'll get into all of it soon. With Mary Jane and Cheech and Suzanne and Richie. Welcome in, y'all. How we doing?
Doing well.
Doing good, great, Adam.
All returning. I don't. But none of you guys have been on the same stream before.
No.
That's cool. We're family. We're a community. Swamp family, of course. Let's start with we should start with where should we start? I guess we should start with, because I want to talk to all of you guys and catch up, but I also want to dive into the shows in the chronological order. So I'm trying to wrap my head around. Why don't we start with Mary Jane and Cheech? How are you guys and where are you guys located?
We're great. We're in Michigan. We live in Canton, Michigan, which is between Ann Arbor and Detroit. But we went to the Grand Rapids show, which is 2.5 hours?
It's about 2.5 hour drive, and it's a brand new amphitheater. They just opened up downtown, right in the center of the city.
Oh wow!
So it was a pretty cool experience.
Mm-hmm.
How far you say that was away from you?
About 2.5 hours.
Got you. Not too bad. That's worth it. Worth it to see TTB.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was a great experience for us. You know, we like to get out early and stuff, and we went out early, and we were looking for a place to tailgate, and so we went up to. There's it's not like an amphitheater where they have designated parking where everybody parks and parties and tailgates. They use city. It's downtown Grand Rapids, which is the second biggest city in Michigan, behind Detroit.
Did he just get muted? What happened?
Cutting out, Cheech.
Yeah, you're cutting out. You're still there? You're still there?
Nope.
I think we lost.
Still can't hear you.
Let me bring them back and What about now? What about now? It's weird.
Nope.
How about
weird.
that? Hear us talking.
Now,
Well, now we can hear
there
you.
you go.
You can hear us.
There?
Yeah.
No. Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's weird? Yeah. What's
Check.
weird is I was adjusting the settings, but it's just echo cancellation, reduce background noise, and automatically adjust volume. There's nothing that's muting you.
Right? You hear me though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about now? Still good?
I'm talking. Can you hear everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
so make a long story short, we get up on the roof and there's nobody there. So we figure we're gonna do a little tailgating, and lo and behold, we start hearing them do a sound check. They played 6 songs, and we recorded a couple of them, but it was like they did Stand Back, Hear My Dear, Playing With My Emotions, and then they brought out that Brittany Howard from Alabama Shakes, and they did You Can Make It If You Try, and everyday people.
It was great.
So we were just up there by ourselves tailgating, and we could hear everything. It was really cool. It's like having like almost an encore for free.
Was anybody
That's
else
awesome.
there? Was anybody else there listening too, or is it just kind of you
No,
guys?
it's just me and my wife, man, having
Just
a great
us.
time, man.
Dancing in the parking lot, having a great time.
Yeah.
Private show. Yeah, if you can hear it, you can hear it. That always comes up. Sound check. I heard sound check. I caught sound check. The band is okay with people sneaking a listen. It sounds like there's only so much you could do. It's a sound. You can't control a sound traveling.
I'll be honest. The sound check was as good as their shows. There was no mistakes, no stop and restarts or something like that. It was amazing. It was like listening to the show before it started. It was awesome.
I'll confess something. I kind of was trying and meaning to see that Angela Petrilli, a local guitar player in LA who's been on this podcast. She has a pretty big following online too, for sure. And she was doing an acoustic set for the North Mississippi All-Stars. And I kind of wanted to go to the show. I was thinking about it. I was in the area working that morning, and then I checked in at the box office. But they weren't open yet. You have to be an hour before the show. But then I had to go back home in the other direction. So I didn't make it out to the show. But when I was scoping out the area, because I hadn't been to the venue in a minute, the Mint in LA, when I was kind of checking it out, North Mississippi All-Stars was doing a sound check. And I was like, damn, they are on fire in there right now. And I could hear enough to be making it worth my while to just
exactly.
chill.
Yeah, it was nice. Really neat.
You got to wait somewhere. Might as well wait and hear sound check.
So I didn't end up going to the show, but I did catch a little sound check snippet of the North Mississippi All-Stars at least. So
how early was sound check? Do you remember?
It must have been like 1 or 2 or something like that.
So
he's not talking to me. She's not talking to me. She's talking to you, Mary Jane.
Yeah, about 3:30 was the sound check.
And then gates opened at 6:30, or?
Yep.
Okay, so about 3 hours. Okay.
Yeah, it was
at 9.
It was a great time. We enjoyed it.
Very
and then
cool.
me and my wife, we like to try to guess, what they're gonna play, what their set list is gonna be, what they're gonna open up with. So, two of us, every song they played in soundcheck, they played that night. So that was really cool too, And like I said, we had a really fantastic time. We met some really cool people. Matt and Lindsay, if you're out there, man, it was nice meeting you. You guys were awesome. Yeah. And we rocked the place, man. It
was a great
show. For the most part of the show, it was a really great show. But I'll tell you what, the last 3 or 4 songs, man, Derek rode the horse, man, and he just rocked out. Because we could see him talking on stage. We weren't sure. But they played like Midnight in Harlem instead of Gilded Splinters. Oh. And that's like the 3rd night in a row they played Midnight in Harlem. And me and my wife were just like, they never do that. They never really repeat songs. Yeah. But they repeated like, I want more. And they also repeated Made Up Mind. And it's like, they're great songs. I mean, they can play anything. I'll be happy to set list. But we were thinking we were going to get more like what they played in Cincinnati. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I said, every time you try to guess what they're doing, they pull something out of their hat and bam, you get something great anyway. So we really had a really good time.
That's great.
You could feel the vibe. You could feel the vibe in the whole place. Everybody was dancing and singing the whole night in our area. I mean, we were like, 9 rows from stage?
Yeah, and they posted on the screens, man, like in a big cartoon. Tedeschi trucks, ask you to stand and dance.
Yep.
So that right there, you don't got nobody tapping on your shoulder and saying, hey, could you please sit down? And nobody sat down. Everybody stood and partied the whole night. It was really great.
I don't remember if I saw anything like that at the Hollywood Bowl, but I think they got a little bit of a break from Midnight in Harlem because they didn't play it in San Diego on that Sunday. They didn't play it in LA the next day on Monday. So maybe they got a little break. So now they got their Midnight in Harlem little break and recharge. Richie, how are you doing and where are you? And we'll get back to all the shows in order. I want to look at the Cincinnati set list also, but Richie, how are you and where are you?
I'm doing great. Can't complain at all. I'm in Akron, Ohio, and I drove in from Akron into Indianapolis to see the Ruoff show.
How far is that from that a drive for you?
It's about a 5-hour drive.
Oh man, you took a haul. You went there. I'm sure it was worth the Indianapolis show, right?
Yeah,
I'm certainly sure it was worth your while.
Yeah, no, it was great. I had a free weekend, got done with a busy period at work, and decided to treat myself to an extra show this year. Main shows this year, I've got 4 tickets to the 4 shows at the Chicago Theater.
Oh,
But
good.
I decided to throw in an extra show just because of it landing on at the right time. I was going to see if I could make it down to Cincinnati, but it was on a Tuesday night and I'd have to take a day off of work for it that I didn't want to take. So Indianapolis it is. An extra couple hours of driving.
Yeah, you posted something about the band in one of the groups or publicly, I forget. Didn't you post something about TTB?
Yeah, I did a short little breakdown of a couple of the songs they did and how I was feeling in the moment to make sure I didn't forget. I was talking about just how they can lead your expectation somewhere, make you think you're going to get something, and immediately turn it around into something else. Big example, they played.
No, go on.
Yeah, there was a couple of different moments where I was feeling this, like they launched into I Want More, and recently they've been doing that, either Soul Sacrifice a couple of times, but mostly Bex Bolero. And I was just sitting waiting for the drum hit into Bex Bolero, and I hear the first note of Willie the Pimp, and I haven't heard the song before. Somehow I've missed it on all the recordings, and I'm just like, my eyes go wide, and I'm like, huh? And then they hit me with it again at the end of Loving Cup, because they've been doing that into Leaving Trunk all year.
Right.
So I'm sitting waiting for the first notes of that, and instead they play the first note to the Raga in Midnight in Harlem. And like, they continually get me.
Yep.
I got a similar zig and zag from Derek and the band when they did. I was pretty sure they were going to go into Leaving Trunk at the Hollywood Bowl, but they went into something else. I think it was Gilded Splinters. They went into from that Loving Cup and outro jam. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna get, and they do more teases and teases too, because I don't know, they just have so many songs and so many songs they would like to do and cover. They can't do it all, so I don't know. That's what this makes every show feel just that much more special.
Yep.
And Mike is really rocking the beard, man, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, Mike was. I was. I guess I've seen them enough times at this point that I'm just happy to be there. And so if they play Happy Birthday to You, I'm just going to be happy with whatever happens. But I was super surprised that they did two songs from Layla in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was just thrilled, totally thrilled.
Yeah, we can look at this. We can look at the set list. Don't Let Me Slide. Was it Don't Let Me Slide? Little by Little, Hero, Bell Bottom Blues. Why Does Love Gotta Be So Sad? I Want More, into Willie the Pimp. That Did It.
Yeah.
Bound for Glory, Soul Sweet Song, Loving Cup, Midnight in Harlem, and Your Isaac and Kebbi jam, and To Gilded Splinters, and Let's Go Get Stoned for the encore. Yeah. No, we were talking about me and Susanna. I was asking her, what bar did Susan mention during that Did It? Because she always mentioned, you were getting drunk at so-and-so bar and I got mad at you for doing whatever in the lyrics. And it was like Havana's Cigar Lounge, something or other. It was something like that.
Yeah, they must have. Well, and I had gone Friday night to the Slippery Noodle because last year when they played in Indianapolis, they went to the Slippery Noodle, which is a old blues bar in Indianapolis, and they kind of crashed the party and set in with the musician who was there. His name's Gordon Bonham, and Gordon was playing Friday night at the Noodle again, and they didn't have a show on Friday night, so I showed up at the Noodle, crossing every fingers and toes and said, come on, do it again. And interestingly enough, this guy walks in. I'd been there for about 15 or 20 minutes, but this dude walks in and he's got on a Tedeschi Trucks Red Rocks t-shirt and a Lucas Nelson hat. And I'm like, oh, dude, were you at Red Rocks? And he came to the Noodle for the same reason, because he knew they'd set in, and he was hoping they'd show too. But they didn't show up, unfortunately. but we tried.
Worth a try. That is definitely worth a try. I would have hoped that I would do the same thing, because I've had some of those kind of regrets. Oh, I should have gone so and so. I should have stayed. And I hear those stories on this show, and fans say to me like, "Oh, I was waiting outside for blah 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 blah. It was 1:30. I wanted to go home. Then 1:35. That's when Susan and Derek come out and chat with the fan. You know, it's whatever.
Yeah, I would have never forgiven myself if they had shown up again. And it's like but the Indianapolis crowd. Richie, did you go to Indianapolis last year?
No, I've never been. First time at the venue.
Okay. They have really improved the venue. It has come a long way. It's much more like Pine Knob in Michigan. Mary Jane and Cheech, have you been to Pine Knob?
Oh,
Many
yeah.
times.
For
I have
35 years.
Many times.
Yeah. It's becoming more and more like Pine Knob, which is a good thing. But last year when TTB was on tour with Whiskey Meyer, there was a large portion of the indie crowd who was only there for Whiskey Myers or whoever they are. And it was not my thing, not my style of music. And their fans actually left when they were done. They did not stay for Tedeschi trucks.
Did you get to move closer?
Well, I did, yeah. I went down front. This year it was a total different story. And I think that's really interesting, and I hope management notices. It was a bigger crowd. There were a lot of people there to see Alabama Shakes, but they stayed. No one left. And I'd say it was 90%. Richie, don't you think 90% full?
Yeah, most of the people stayed, but there was about 20 minutes where it downpoured.
Yeah.
Soaked everybody, and I saw probably 30% of the people in the lawn left at that point.
Now, did Tedeschi trucks open, or did Alabama Shakes open?
No, Alabama Shakes opened. And it was their first night with Tedeschi trucks, and they didn't sit in with each other that first night. And I was so sad. So I really wanted to see her and Susan. I mean, they have such big voices. I thought, oh, that's going to be awesome.
Did you go to sound check? You should have gone to sound check. They were probably practicing for their
yeah.
Well, Brittany sang with we got to see them sing together. It was awesome.
Yeah, all the singers, backup singers, and Brittany Howard came out and sung "Everyday People," and you can make it if you try.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we may have to take a look at that.
And we were lucky though, 'cause I gotta admit, I'd much rather see Tedeschi trucks close the show.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I did not get at.
I felt like an indie.
LA. Go on, Suzanne. No, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I kind of in Indianapolis, I felt like the first couple songs, maybe even into Hero, Derek was really, I don't know how to put it, like he was almost muted. It wasn't that we could hear him. He just didn't.
He eases in sometimes, I feel like, to shows. He doesn't often do a slide solo, I think, on the first song at a lot of shows. I would have to look at every set list, but I feel like he kind of maybe second, third, fourth song.
Right. I didn't feel like he hit stride until Bell Bottom Blues. And then it was just, oh, here we are. Yay. Derek's alive. Woo! And Why Does Love Got to Be So Sad? He didn't do one solo. He did two solos.
He had to make up for he was like being reserved early on to like do the build up. It's like I make my sports analogies. It's like the point guard who can also score, but getting everyone else involved early in the game so they find their rhythm, and the crowd can also because not everyone knows every deal. So I can kind of like, you can sometimes feel in the crowd like when someone has never heard Alecia sing before, or even hasn't heard Susan sing before. Like they're like, oh my God, these people are virtuosos that are super duper powerful. So Derek, I think, likes to give them the quick start, like, you know, especially Susan in LA. They started with Mojo Rising, which is a big Susan centric song on guitar and vocals. Like, so like you're gonna be boom won over by her. So Derek knows we all want to hear a slide solo. We know he knows we know.
Yeah, but he's gotta play his part of the song, you know.
Yep.
Right.
Song,
yeah.
You know,
You know.
He's a complete guitarist, rhythm, lead, solos, playing with others, everything in between, band leader, knows when to play, what not to play, when he's playing, what notes to play. You know, he's, you know, makes the guitar sing, of course, especially with the slide.
Yeah. And we had that multi-generational crowd that TTB pulls. We had, you know, since we have a big lawn, there were people there with their kids. A friend went with me. She'd never seen them before, and she hadn't even heard them mostly before. And she was amazed. She said, "These people are unreal." And I said, "Yeah, I know. That's why we're here." But she's like 77.
Wow. And
she wasn't the oldest person there. I mean, you know, extreme multi-generations, and it's so cool.
Well
I think
said.
it is, at least.
I agree.
There was a group in front of me who I could tell had come from a collective jam knowledge. They all had different shirts on, Little Feat, Grateful Dead, the whole lot. But it didn't seem like a lot of them were big, like know a lot about Tedeschi trucks. It seemed like it was maybe one of their first Tedeschi truck shows. And they just kept getting super excited. When they heard Bell Bottom Blues, they got so excited they were hearing a Layla song. And I was just sitting there like, I can't wait till they hear what's coming next.
No, that's interesting, because a lot of people, who are not necessarily in this world of, you know, of ours, so to speak, they will think of Tedeschi Trucks Band as primarily a jam band, and there you have like real, what I would say, more jam band centric, you know, music, maybe, just not really knowing much about TTB. I mean, I feel like TTB is a band that jams, I would say, more so, like the Allman Brothers. I would say also, like, there's every note has purpose, even during a jam, and is taking on a journey. The purpose is not to do that. The purpose is to move you emotionally. It's not to jam. But anyway, no, I do, you know, I don't love everything TTB does. Like they're something else, to say the least.
I think every time we see them, I keep saying every concert, oh my God, this is the best concert. This is the best concert. It's we're in that
That's
moment.
what Michael Drum says, frequent guest every, you know, he goes to a lot of shows, has been on a lot. He's always saying this is the best show ever.
It was the best.
When you're leaving, you're like, okay, when do I get to see him again? That's what you want to do. You know, you can plan your next show.
Oh yeah.
Anything else we should mention about the
trying to see if there's anything else about
this set list? I don't know if Rich, you wanted to comment on any other of the songs.
I do.
I know you guys got Ohio with the Machine Gun from Hendrix in it, man. Is that pretty good?
Oh
Not on this night, but it's great. It's a great tune.
Oh, no, they didn't get Ohio at this show.
Oh no, my apologies.
Oh look, they crossed out Bex Bolero.
Yeah,
separated from I Want More. They were going to do it,
and I Am the Moon
closer.
Yeah, and I wonder, because like Derek's extended jams and Why Does Love Have to Be So Sad? I wonder if they just ran out of time, because it was 11:15 when they quit.
Wow.
Yeah, possibly.
I bet that happens more nights than it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it's not the first time things have been crossed out on set lists, of course.
Our set list got crossed out, didn't it?
Hell of a show, though. Anything else, Suzanne, Richie, about this particular show?
I was just so happy to see I felt like I was in a Tedeschi Trucks crowd, and last year I didn't get that feel, but what a difference a year made.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be selfish to say the worst part about it is that they're only playing an hour and a half because it's a double bill.
Right.
I'd love to see them for 2 hours every time, every night. But I understand. I'm sure there's economic reasons why you got co-headliners and stuff like that. But I mean, I'd love to see them start that show at 6:00 and have both bands play for 2 hours.
Just an evening with Tedeschi Trucks band.
That'd be great too, man.
We're going to see that in Florida. We're going to Florida in October. We're going to see them 2 nights. So
St. Augustine.
Are you going? I'll see you in St. Augustine. I'm going on Saturday night.
I'll be bothering all you guys to come on and recap.
Yep.
We've met another TTB friend.
Here we go. Yep.
That's a special show. That's almost like a home base-ish kind of family and friends end of year kind of feel. That'll be like you saying. There's a lot of mostly TTB fans, TTB crowd at Indiana. You're gonna, St. Augustine.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna get to meet
special.
Rams and John Smith and Michael's gonna be there. So there's gonna be a whole bunch of us down there. I can't wait.
I'll have to do a pre-show with like people talking about like upcoming a preview show St. Augustine preview. I did preview show for Sun, Sand, and Soul on the beach. I've done that 2 years, and I think now that's fun. Get the whole the point of view. This is why I do this, because I wish I want to go to every single show if I could. That would be super duper.
I wish I could too.
Well, we had to choose between Florida and Chicago, and Florida is warmer in October than Chicago is. Yeah. That was the final straw.
I chose to brave the elements.
There you go.
Should we take a quick look at St. Louis?
In Chicago, you never know.
This is the same. I was gonna say this is the St. Louis set list. Made Up Mind, I Got You, What in the World, Future Soul, Fallen, Got My Mojo Working, Let Me Get By, Midnight in Harlem, You Can Make It If You Try, Everyday People, Anyhow, Ohio, I Want More, and Beck's Bolero. I guess no official encore for
did they go on first?
I'm not
no,
sure.
They were second.
It says supported. It says supported by.
Yeah, supported by. Okay. Interesting.
Hell of a set list, though. I remember what I wanted to say like 10 minutes ago about the band that jams. Even like Tedeschi Trucks is even kind of not getting away from jamming. They're never going to get away from jamming, and every musician on stage gets their jam almost every night in their solo and their moment. But the whole I've talked about how the whole Future Soul album is kind of centered around shorter songs, more commercially friendly, I suppose. I don't know. I think that's part of what maybe they're going for. Yeah, more like shorter songs, singles, and all that. I don't think there's a 5-minute song on the album. I think I think there's only 1 or 2 that even longer than 4 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, this is a hell of a set list.
I love Fall In live is just tremendous.
I was saying that they didn't play it in Cincinnati, I think, for the first time since it was released, because obviously there's the lyric of mentioning in Cincinnati in there, but I don't think they played it in Cincinnati this time. So it's a sign that the song, like I Am the Moon albums, is not. It still feels kind of new. That album feels new too, in a way. I don't know, maybe because there's so much of it and so much of the band hasn't even really played live or hasn't played much live. There's so much material, I think, great material to dive in. That I think the band underrates I Am the Moon because maybe they kind of put out more than the regular album, so they feel like it's lower quality or something. But I feel like those albums should have won like all the awards.
That album is good all the way front to back. There's like, if it was like 30 years ago, there'd be at least probably 5 top 40 hits on there easy.
I agree with that. And even if even further back, if that was released if someone put out a quadruple album, who puts out a quadruple album? Even if they just put it out over a period of summer or whatever. Watching in Denver, got Michael Drum here. Watching in Denver, I'm going to both St. Augustine concerts. You've been mentioned.
right.
What's up, man? How are you? Let's go. Let's crack in, Michael. Oh, we were talking about you when we were saying the next show is the best show. The current show is the best show. Then going
Yeah.
to the last 2 nights in Chicago. Everybody, it's your job.
Mhm.
Everybody better meet. Everybody's got to meet.
Yeah, I've always wanted to meet Michael, so hopefully we can get a chance.
There you go.
Yeah, very passionate. I love.
Well,
I
I know
love the passion.
I know the Frams are tailgating in Augustine, so
Yeah, I love it. I love everyone's passion for the band. Like just the people I talk to, you guys. Just like if you've been following the band for 2 years or 10 years, or saw Derek when he was a kid playing and whatnot, or Susan when she was young. Like everyone, it's almost like hard to tell in a way because everyone's like passion for Tedeschi Trucks band. It just like shines through how much we love this band and their music. It's kind of wild. Even from people who are musicians, people who are whether maybe involved with the band crew or photographers, like everyone has this like passion that it's amazing. And as fans of the band, like I forget, even when I was lucky enough to talk to Kebbi on the podcast, like you forget that he's like a fan of Tedeschi Trucks band and their music too, which is like so cool to hear.
Yeah.
But this was a hell of a set list, certainly. They got the Ohio.
That's us, and then that was the night before Grand Rapids, and it's like, well, Cincinnati's Ohio was after, so we knew we weren't going to get Ohio
We knew that.
because they got to play it in Cincinnati. It's Ohio, so but we're kind of
Oh yeah, that's what they got instead of Fall In. They got their song, their song title, lyric reference there. That I bet there's something to that. We don't need 2 Ohio songs. It's overkill. They really do have that like sensibility. I believe like Derek probably does have that sensibility, like or the whole band, like as a combined unit, like they just have that. They come to that conclusion where they just, whether it's Derek or someone else, like they kind of have that balance among them where they ultimately come to these like amazing set lists. But I always say they can pick their set list out of a hat.
Yeah, they really could. I think I love imagining what it's like to write those set lists. Because I think about it every time I go to a show. I'm like, it must be like putting together a puzzle. There must be pieces of paper everywhere and just kind of sorting them into whatever order for the night, and it always knocks it out of the park.
Me and Chris talk about it all the time before shows. We're always trying to figure out what are they going to play tonight? What are they going to play? Try to guess, and we're always kind of way off.
Yeah, no, it's hard to guess. I usually don't get that right. I kind of will check like for even with the LA shows or whenever I'm going to show. I'll check what are they playing recently? What did they play? Because that might give you a hint at what you might get. But it's really that's what makes every show amazing and feel fresh and new and special in a different way. Like what other bands are doing it. There's other bands that play mix up their set lists a lot and have a big catalog to draw upon their live tours, but they ain't as good as TTB.
No, and they've only been doing it for a year or two. Most of the bands had everything in the can and played same songs every night. Throw in one, take out one or something, but they are, like I say, it's a different show every single night.
Yeah.
Maybe when they're like 90 years old, they're just gonna play like same songs, and then I'll excuse it. Probably not. I don't know.
It's gonna be a full set of just lettuce. They're just gonna totally give up on trying to get the variety in there and just play whatever the hell they want to play.
The 5 times I've seen them this year were all the best ever. That doesn't even make sense. I think they are better than ever this year. That makes sense. No, they somehow get better. I do find myself repeating that phrase. But if I listen back to early recordings, they're not worse. They're just different, and they're still awesome too. But it is kind of fascinating to go, oh, they used to play this song at this tempo. It got way faster. Or well, that's how they keep it fresh also for themselves and for the fans. It's kind of slightly changing up the parts, but never losing the spirit of the song. You never feel like, oh, this doesn't sound like Bound for Glory anymore or whatever. Right. They don't change the arrangements. They just change the who plays what solo, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
It's
What were
much
you gonna
more of
say?
an evolution than a change. It always
Right.
feels like
Mm-hmm.
they've added on top of what exists, made it grow.
Yeah, and that's it's like their philosophy. It seems like because it's like that's just
Well, it's like
how it's always been.
at the Grand Rapids show, they played "Keep on Growing," and instead of
Mhm.
having like those dueling guitars, he was dueling with the saxophone and stuff, and it was really, you know, I ain't seen it before like that, and it really rocked, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, we can check out that. Oh, that's Missouri. Let's check out the Grand Rapids show. We're gonna do that. That was on the
That's St. Louis, isn't it?
25th.
What's up? 25th. That's right. Yeah, what do we got here? Here, my dear, playing with my emotions. Got my mojo working. I got you. Feel so bad. Keep on growing. Take me as I am. You can make it if you try. It's everyday people. Made up mind. Night in Harlem. Stand back. I want more. It's a soul sacrifice. And you got Brittany Howard on vocals on the You Can Make It
Yeah,
If
it was
You Try and
amazing.
Everyday People.
It was
Mhm.
amazing.
Some other guests.
So I think it was right after Stand Back. Susan came out and said, "Look, usually we go on for go off, take a break for an encore. We're just going to come out. We're going to play for as long as we can play until curfew." And I was recording
Right.
the show, and I was watching "I Want More," and at the end of "I Want More," I'm at like a minute and 34, or a minute and 30, and then they broke into "Soul Sacrifice," man. And like I said, "I Want More" and "Soul Sacrifice," Derek was just. That's why I didn't have no time for Future Soul, because Derek just tore it up, man. He just played and played and played,
He did.
and
He
it was
did.
it was
It's pretty
amazing, man. It was
Cool.
really good.
And the crowd there was so. I agree with you. And last year it wasn't nearly as like this year. The crowd was into it. They were into it. They were dancing the whole night.
Sometimes you can just feel that vibe,
There
in
was
the
a
crowd,
vibe.
that electricity that's there.
There was
And
electricity.
you could see it in the band too. They were after the show. They were coming up to the stage, and she was throwing picks out and stuff and talking with people. And Derek was like, there was a young girl in the crowd that was just dancing her butt off the whole night. And Derek made it sure that she got the slide, man. He threw it to her and she dropped it, and someone grabbed it. He said, "No, no, it goes to her, goes to her." And he went out of her way to make sure that she got it. And that was really cool, I think. So this is the Chakour Arena. It just opened in Grand Rapids in May. And similar to Pine Knob, only a little bit smaller. But like I say, it's packed. Have you ever been to Wrigley? Have you ever been to I guess Fenway Park in Boston, where it's just packed right down into the downtown? This is just right downtown. And they just had a thing in the paper about a lot of the residents are suing because they're saying it's just too loud, and they can't, every night from 7 to 11, they can't even open up their windows. So, but it's a really great venue.
No, it's a really nice.
I mean, it was state of the art. All the bathrooms and the concourse and everything was really well done. So, it was a really nice place. I mean, it's 2.5 hours away from Detroit, and they're not in the Detroit area this year. But, I record the show, we pop it in, hit the highway, and usually before the concert's over, we're home. So, it's a lot of fun.
So people live in all these buildings in the distance here in the picture in the background.
like
for people
downtown,
listening.
high rises, and
It
all
looks
over.
close. It looks like you putting a giant concert hall on like the quad of a college.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Or something
There's a
like that. And
college
people live.
there. What's a college?
Yeah, I don't know what the solution to this would be. By the way, I want to go back because we just kind of just like take it for granted almost. But that story about Derek and the slide is like so anecdotal at this point. But that's like so kind and so nice. And like that's like part of the reason why I do this podcast. I don't know if we would have had that conversation messaging or something like that, or anyone would have even known that. But like now, because I had this conversation with you, a lot of people just heard that small thing about Derek, even if they don't register it right away or if they don't think about it right away. I think that's just, I don't know, not every musician does that. Make sure you get the foul ball. No, that foul ball is for that ball, anyway.
Well, they want to encourage young people to enjoy live music and stuff too. So, I think they had a lot to do with it,
those moments can really be life-changing and magical. I'm not just like saying that or trying to be trite or anything. Like if that young kid is already interested in music, like that can really like inspire them to keep going. And if they keep listening to Tedeschi Trucks Band, they're going to be. And maybe, I mean, not maybe, definitely the band has they must have some concept of the power of their music, because it seems like everyone loves it. And the only reason if you don't is if you just don't know about it, I guess. Right. Everyone at the bottom floors, you very much appreciate Tedeschi Trucks Band and what they're doing. But everyone else, I think if you see a live show, you're going to become a fan, because once you know, you know. And the being live in person, obviously, is the best way to.
I don't want to draw attention to it either, but she was a special needs child, probably 15, 16 years old. And, I mean, they really went out of their way to make sure she had a signature on her shirt from Susan and stuff. So I think she was part of a meet and greet earlier.
I think she was autistic.
And I think they really, really went out of their way to make it nice for her. And I thought it was super, man,
Yeah, because I was walking up, because we were like 9 rows from stage. And as soon as it was done, I was trying to get up because I wanted to get one of the set lists or something. I couldn't. So I seen the whole thing. And I seen Derek tell the guy, no, it goes to her. I seen him tell her, it goes to her. And she was jumping up. She was so happy. It was so sweet. She was so excited. She was telling everybody, Susan signed my shirt. Susan signed my shirt. She was so excited. It was awesome to see that. They went out of their way to make that little girl special.
No, that could be a small thing that becomes ultimately life-changing in some regard, and puts that girl on a path that's where she can have a happy life and be maybe doing something in music or perform. I don't know, but you never know.
There was
Go ahead, Susan.
Oh, thanks. There was there were 3 guys sitting in front of us who were, I'd say they were maybe 23 or 24. And one of the guys was so excited to be there. And so he and I were yelling together and, doing our thing. And he said, I came last year, and before last year's show, the only concert I've ever gone to was a rap show. And then my friend brought me to see Tedeschi Trucks. Oh my gosh, he's like, he just blew my mind. And I said, well, get ready, because it's going to happen again tonight. So.
Well, he makes it look so easy. I mean, and I know it's not. Yeah. I've picked up my guitar before, and I've strummed it, and I just put it down after a couple bars, because he makes it look so easy, and it's so much that he's doing. That people really you just don't realize what he is doing with both hands. It's like almost like playing bass, lead bass almost. It's just incredible. Every time I watch it, I mean, it's just, my mouth drops, and if I'm not headbanging, I'm just, because you ever see my videos, I don't stop. I try to keep the best I can get the video, whatever, but I'm not zooming in, zooming out, because we're dancing. Me and my wife are dancing and headbanging, and I mean, we're going off, so it's just, the music gets into your soul, and it's that loud, it just penetrates your soul, and you can just feel it. I mean, it's just, I say it's almost like a religious experience almost, it's that tribal drums and the tribal sound of the music, back from when we were cave people, I guess, but it really, really gets to you.
No, I appreciate the videos, and if not, they're worth it just for the sound alone, and just having that is totally worth it. And I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna do I'll do the timestamps of all the tracks. I gotta add that to my to-do list. I'll do the timestamps for all the tracks on your YouTube video for sure.
I'm a little illiterate when it comes to some of that social media stuff. So
that's why it's good for we can all connect, and I can help out with that, because I think that's would be super cool.
Well, what I was going to say is I love the whole band, of course, but I have a tendency to always watch Susan, because I just love Susan. Well, the way we were sitting, where we were at, these people were right in front of me, and the only place I could really see was Derek. I could see Derek head on, so I watched him almost the whole concert. And like Chris said, he blew me away just watching him play. He blew me away. I was like, wow. I'm too busy watching Susan. I need to watch Derek too. I mean, I always do, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this was 1969, 1970, he's Dwayne Allman, he's Eric Clapton, he's in the Jimmy, he's like, and he's on that poster, but I think, but for it's a different time period. But once you know, I don't know.
I just want to say something off track a little bit, because I put all those videos up because I'm not trying to make money on YouTube. I'm not trying to get likes or videos. I'm trying to put it out there for somebody maybe I can't go to the show, or somebody who went to the show and it's kind of a souvenir. You can look at it and go back on it and relive it a little bit without paying $400. But we went and seen in Nashville. We went and seen Tedeschi Trucks and the Eagles, and I recorded both shows. I put the Eagles up, and I had about 24,000 views, and then I got my hand slapped by YouTube, and the Eagles decided that they didn't want that video up, and they took it down. So I got one strike against me. If I get 2 more strikes, they'll cut me off on YouTube. But so far, the Eagles are the only ones that have complained about us putting videos up of their music. So if I can say it, screw you, Eagles.
No,
Yep.
I'll say-
No comment.
no, I have no comment for me either. The Eagles was great, by the way.
Well,
Not as
and
good-
you
not as
know,
good as TV though.
back in the day, since you mentioned Dwayne and the Allman Brothers, before they, before Fillmore East came out, they would just drive up to Atlanta on a weekend and find a park and plug in and play for 4 or 5 hours for free.
Yeah.
They were just there to play, and they did that all the time. And I kind of see the idea of film us, put us on the internet. Because they don't discourage it, they're encouraging it. And I kind of see that as the same way. Let's just put the music out there. That's what's important.
Yeah, they never have a problem with the tapers or anything like that. It's always a venue decision or something if people have an issue with the taping.
Right. Think of all the videos that are online of Susan and Derek and Tedeschi Trucks and the Allman Brothers.
They haven't told me to shut up about the band yet. People are talking, watching, promoting, sharing content.
They seem to embrace it.
It's free advertising.
It is.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, think about how many people you've probably turned on to TDB, Adam. You know,
handful. I think I hang out in my echo chamber. I think that's what I do. I think this is my TTB safe space for TTB crazy fans. That's what this is.
TTB news desk.
It's like being addicted. I'm telling you, it's like addiction. Once you see them, you got to keep on seeing them.
When's the new LP coming out? Is it October?
Great question.
Another album.
There's
Derek said that there were leftovers.
Yeah, it's like six tracks.
Right, and that they're going to release that in the fall.
Yeah,
is that going to be like a?
Maybe we'll see it in Florida.
That could be.
Maybe we'll get a CD in our lunchbox.
That's cool. Oh, the lunchbox. Yeah, fan club lunchbox.
Yeah.
I hope it comes with a thermos because that's the valuable part.
Yeah, when I saw that, I got way too excited.
Whiskey.
It looked cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I still got my old lunchboxes from when I was a kid. I got like a Hot Wheels and a Superman. A couple cool ones, man.
Well, I wanted to show the.
I don't know why they don't put some ass pocket whiskey in the lunchbox. That would be perfect.
You gotta confirm your age. I think probably.
Yeah. It's a distribution nightmare.
Yeah,
exactly.
They'll figure it out. We'll get there. Well, we've talked about Randy. Randy Reedside Woodside, to give him another plug. I think they would love to do a strain. I've talked about this, the Susan strain of THC, a cannabis strain for the band. If he's got the whiskey, maybe she could have her own her strain. We're gonna get there. But anything else we want to talk about for Grand Rapids? Any of the songs, Mary Jane, Cheech, any other moments?
It was a great, fantastic show, and
show.
like I say, the only problem was it was an hour and 34 minutes.
More.
You should get. I want more.
Selfishly,
Exactly.
I
want more.
Yeah, they played it. I want more. At least
Yeah.
you got it
Audience was
anyway.
great. Everything was great. I mean, the vibe, everybody was into it. That makes it so much more fun when you're by people. No one's getting mad. Everybody's singing along and having a good time. And that's the way it was that night.
You never want the party to stop, but it's got to stop sometime.
No, you gotta have at least one person in your section yelling, "Sit down! I didn't pay to watch you stand in front of me." You gotta have at least one person in
That's
your
happened
section who's
before, but not last night or the night
yeah. There
before.
you go. Good stuff. We can look at Cincinnati also, right? What did they play? They played. What did we
They had
cover? We
good
covered
luck.
Indianapolis, St. Louis, Grand Rapids, and Cincinnati.
Cincinnati had a good list, good set.
So we were driving to Grand Rapids, and a friend that we met down in Ohio at the Blossom Music Place
A couple
years ago called us up, said she's got 2 extra tickets for Cincinnati.
Well, text her.
And it's like,
Oh,
oh man, it's like we would love to, but drive down to Cincinnati to go to Grand Rapids, it just really happened. But we were
Yeah.
talking with them. But by the way, Daniel, Swampette, Kathy, how you doing? We love you guys. Anyways, we were down there, and had said it was. We talked to them today, and they said it was a great show, and they said it was a really, really good set list.
And they're supposed to be going to St. Augustine too. So Susan will meet you hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll be in St. Augustine too, so we'll have to get
Oh, cool.
tailgating
Yeah.
or some pre-party.
Yep.
Yeah, super duper. Looks like a nice venue. Don't let me slide. Let the good times roll. Who am I? Hero? What in the world? Anyhow, I want more. Willie the Pimp, Future Soul, Ohio, Isaac and Kebbi, Jam until Let Me Get By, Loving Cup into Volunteered Slavery. There it is. No tease. No
Volunteered
volunteered.
Slavery.
He was playing those Volunteered Slavery licks, and then they went into what are they going to at? Or was that one of the streaming shows I watched? They all kind of blend together sometimes. But I wish I knew how because they streamed 6 shows or 4 shows? 6 shows. It was a handful for sure.
I think it was 5.
5. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. Super duper awesome set list here as well.
What a good ender for the night. I wish I knew such a great track to send everybody home on.
I'm sure Alecia got her moment on there. I would guess. Yeah. Band is on fire. I'll still continue to dig onto YouTube, see what else pops up, and I got to finish Grand Rapids, and we got work to do. We got research to do. We got tracks to listen to. I'm not caught up on every single piece of media of TTB released yet. Every song. What were you saying?
Well, this night here they've got it's Future Soul heavy, and they got 4 songs off Future Soul. Some of the other nights, you had 1, 2 songs. So it's like I say, they really, really mix it up. But it's like the 4th time in a row they played "I Want More," and I mean they hardly ever play the same song, night after night. I don't care. I think it's great. I love "I Want More." I want more, but this is unusual, but it's good. It's kind of that knuckleball that they throw in there. Just
maybe because I want more. I want more. They're really changing up what they play with it, both probably after and before it. So that's kind of making it fresh. And maybe they're making it a little bit shorter also as well. So it's not like we're playing this 10-minute version of I Want More before we even get into whatever comes next. So I don't know. Maybe that's something why they're playing a lot. They like the song. It's
been one of their heavy hitters since it came out.
Right. I don't know if it's ever been consistently out of the set list.
So
Once in a while. Go on.
I got a quick question for Richie. You're going to all 4 nights of Chicago?
Yeah, all 4 nights.
You going on vacation for them? Because I know it's 2 are on the Friday and Saturday, and Monday and Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I got a couple of days off work, so I'm driving out there. Got a hotel, and I'll be around. And
then we were
that's awesome.
That they were saying that Chris Jacobs is opening up on the 3rd night on the 26th. It's not going to be just a Tedeschi Trucks evening whip.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Good to know.
So we looked it up, and we looked at his tour schedule, and he's definitely playing at Chicago Theater on the 26th at 7 p.m.
Cool. That's exciting.
So he's supposed to be a pretty good guitar player. I'm not familiar with his music, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's lots of fun guests. Kind of hoping for a Buddy Guy appearance.
65 different songs.
Yeah, something like that. Across
Buddy Guy?
Yeah, I think there might be a Buddy Guy appearance. I've got a hunch.
Maybe there's a Derek.
90th birthday.
Is it that week?
I don't know if it's that week, but I know this year's his 90th birthday, and he's He's been in
July
the club
30th.
quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that on social media
That's
that it
just-
was recently his birthday.
Yeah, he was having a huge show that Derek was supposed to play at. I don't know if it's happened yet.
That's the 90th birthday party, I think.
Yeah, the 90th birthday party.
Right.
I'm not
And
sure
just,
when that show
just
is.
a side note, the guy who bought Tiger, Jerry Garcia's guitar, lives in Chicago.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
October 1st is it says here,
Yes.
Buddy's got the blues at the Radio City Music Hall, and Derek and Susan are going to be there. Buddy Guy,
Yeah.
Eric Clapton, John Mayer, Susan Tedeschi, and Derek Trucks, John Batiste, Gary
Well,
Clark Jr., Joe Bonamassa, Billy F. Gibbons, Kenny Wade Shepherd.
And the week before that is the Crossroads Festival.
Right.
And Derek are
So much
scheduled on at
music. We need tapers. We need nugs.
Yeah, I absolutely need a recording of Buddy's 90th. I think it's going to be such a great show. The cast is all stars all the way through.
Yeah, if Nugs wants me, they got to have TTB on the platform. If they just have TTB, they have TTB every month, they would have me. You didn't hear that, Nugs. You would have me all year round.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete Townsend's supposed to be at Crossroads, and Derek and they play the Seeker, so I think that would be a fabulous sit-in.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Yep.
Maybe say have Tedeschi Trucks Band is like the house band, and they have all the guests come in and play with them.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, they could do that. That's why I still love TTB. I feel like they could play a stadium. Their music is big enough to play a stadium, but they could be a bar band, a wedding band, whatever the gig, whatever the event. They could kind of adapt and play the right music. Like, what did you say? Even I think before we started recording, that they could sing the phone book. What did you say?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Yeah, they could be singing "Happy Birthday" on repeat. You didn't say I added the on repeat.
Sure.
And then we were driving to Grand Rapids, and my wife's, we're listening to music, and my wife's looking at her phone. It's like a Facebook said, like, Dolly Parton died. So she looks at the news, and sure enough, Dolly Parton had passed away. So we're going to concert thinking that maybe they're going to pull something out, a tribute or something like that. But they didn't do it at any of their shows. So
maybe
Well,
they're
we're
working
just
on.
thinking,
Maybe
you
they're
never know,
working
you know?
on something.
Never
They might be working on something. They might be listen to when's the next show? Listen to sound check for the Dolly Parton. They're probably working on it.
you
The
never
Wolf Trap.
know. You
Never
never
know.
know.
If they don't play Wolf Trap, you're getting it at Bethel or Lenox, Massachusetts at Tanglewood. The Dolly Parton. I don't know. I don't want no guarantees. And yeah, I'm sorry to see that news. I saw because it's all everybody's posting things. I did see the Everyday People with Kermit the Frog and Dolly Parton.
Yeah, my office got a kick out of that. I send it to the big group chat.
But when TTB plays a song like that, a mega hit or whatever that everybody knows, that it hits me differently after TTB. Oh, that's a TTB song now that I hear some other band playing. Some part of it is a TTB song, so I connect to all kinds of music and all kinds of songs that much more, and in profound ways, even if it's a song. In more profound ways, even if it's a song that we've heard forever, a popular song like Everyday People.
They can really make a song of their own.
Yeah, they definitely make that sound around.
Oh yeah.
What else should we cover? Talk about, mention anything else? Kofi Day of Service. You guys better all be volunteer. No, it's okay if you can't make it.
Yep.
It's such a long drive for me. I need a Cleveland branch.
Nobody.
Oh,
in this-
but well, yeah. Well, maybe reach out. Yeah, see if you can make that happen.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I reached out this year because Indianapolis didn't have one, has never had one in the past. So I just reached out to the gal who's in charge.
Yeah, Renee Pfeffer, she's awesome.
Right. Reached out to Renee, and she kind of gave me some hints, and I already had in mind a place we're going to be at it's a 501c that's called Second Helpings, and they they go out and they find food and they get a hold of it before it spoils, so on and so forth. But they also then not only do they feed people they feed them lunch and dinner, but they also have cooking classes. So people can come in and take their cooking classes, and get the ServSafe certificate so they can work in food service industry. And so they, yeah, and it's a real slick organization. They've got all the volunteer stuff set up. So it was actually really easy. I mean, I've probably spent maybe 2 hours over several months. And I think we've got 7 people, 7 spots out of 10 reserved.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And so yeah, Richie, it's not a tough job. If you want to, reach out to Renee and start your own.
Yeah, I'll reach out to her. I'll see if I can get her contact information.
Yeah, I mean, if it's too late this year, then at least maybe next go around, the very least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It should be all 50 states and twice a year. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's.
Adam,
Um,
could you put Renee's contact information in your on your page somewhere?
I think I have the Kofi Day of Services down below in the episode description. So I think there's ways to contact there. But I can even let's see here. Registration details, event details.
Because we don't have any
Yeah,
either.
I'm getting a Kofi hat. I'm really excited. You can choose between the t-shirt or a hat. So I'm going to get a hat because I already have so many TTB t-shirts that I haven't worn them to every show yet.
I got the other hat. I think I just need a fresh one. I just need a fresher hat. I'll just leave. I'll leave. No, I got my there. It is right behind me. I did go for the hat as well. We got hats coming. We got lunch boxes coming. If you're in the Swamp Family Fan Club, anything else you wanted to plug or promote, Susanna, or did that
No,
worked?
that was good. That was good. It's yeah, and a lot of the bigger 501c3s in larger cities, they're all set up for volunteers. They've got it down to it's pretty slick.
Yeah, they do. It's a super fight. I mean, I always do an episode or maybe a preview or definitely a recap of.
When I told her I was going, I don't know if she did it at the other shows, but in the slideshow, that said, please stand and dance. They had lots of different slides, and one of them was, the Kofi Day of Service with the whatever they call that little chunky looking thing that you scan with your camera.
The QR code, yeah, they it was on the Nug streams also. They were promoting.
Yeah.
They're getting it out there, and and they're getting results. Not only are they getting people filling the slots on that are available, they're getting people who I mean, there's people being waitlisted. I see actually on the site, but yeah, no, you're getting new cities too. Anything you guys want to add to the conversation before we part, Mary Jane and Cheech?
Check out my TDB videos at Cheech Merrill Smoke Room Studios on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll post that one. I posted ttbase.net. Thank you for all the work that you guys do organizing all these set list information. Super duper help. That does. I almost take them for granted now, because before, what was I doing? I was either downloading pictures of the set list, which is fine, or just relying on setlist.fm. But they got everything that, not only you see the actual set list, and then you see the one that has all the cross one out marks as well. For sure. I just put the link to your video in the chat. So what's up, Michael Drum? So I have 7 more songs that they tracked for Future Soul. What's that? So they have 7 more songs they attract. Right.
Yeah. That's what's coming out this fall, right, Michael?
Just in time for Christmas.
Oh, that's amazing. Are they going to play them before or at? You think they'll play it in? You think they'll play them? Yeah. Do you think they're going to play them before, or?
I don't think so.
They're going to wait until they come all at once, and then they'll play them after. They probably, they probably should, because they just already have so many songs. I'd almost rather them play some obscurity that you haven't played in a while from I Am the Moon or Let Me Get By or something, and save the new stuff. We're gonna get a lot of it, I'm sure, when it comes out. I would I would think, or plenty of it. What about you, Richie? Anything you want to mention, cover, or plug or promote, of course, as well?
No, not a lot. I just I'm hankering to listen to Future Soul again, so I think I'm gonna boot up the vinyl after this.
Yeah, no, I get that. Michael Drum says we're not sure exactly when the album's coming out. He's on top of it. He's on top of it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. So much fun. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you, TTB, crew, TT Bass, everybody. I'm sure I'm missing people. Alabama Shakes, everybody, and Suzanne and Richie, Mary Jane, Cheech.
Thank you, Adam, for all you do, man.
Mhm.
I
Amen.
appreciate you guys.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
Thank you, Adam.
For sure. Take care, guys. We'll talk soon.
Take care.
Peace.
Okay. Bye, folks.